Welcome to Tourism Talk. I'm your host, Mary Hammond, Director of the Paducah Convention and Visitors Bureau. My guest today is Darlene Dreyer, the new Executive Director of the Paducah Symphony Orchestra.
Thank you, Mary. I'm delighted to be here to talk to you about the symphony today.
Oh, we're so glad to have you. Glad to have you here in Paducah. And you bring with you so much experience in the music world, and I want you to share with us a little bit of your background.
Sure. It's always fun to be able to talk about myself. It's not every day that people ask. I'm delighted to be a new resident of Paducah. I moved here 2 months ago to take on the role of Executive Director of the Symphony. And I come from managing an orchestra at the Jersey Shore, New Jersey, called the Garden State Philharmonic, where my family lives near Fort Dix. I'm an Army brat, so I've moved around a little bit. Before that, I ran the Plymouth Symphony in Plymouth, Michigan, immediately after graduating from the University of Michigan with a degree in musicology.
So that means you also like football.
I like football a lot.
Of course,
big,
Michigan.
That's right. Go Blue.
That's right.
And they're on the rebound, so we're happy about that.
That's good. Well, I knew you had to be. Well, I for some reason thought Plymouth. I was just thinking East Coast, but Michigan, okay, and then and New Jersey. Well, we're so glad to have you here, and what a wonderful year you're coming in to join. And we're off to a good start. Have started the Symphony Pop series already. Yes. With the music of Ray Charles and Dee Daniels was fabulous.
Thank you very much.
Just wonderful. So I think you've got a great schedule. So let's just kind of jump in there. But we're going to kind of go right into the fall. We're going to skip the early part of the year as this airs. We don't want anybody be talking about something that's already passed. Sure. So we'll jump right in there with, actually November.
Well, in November we have a program titled Bolero after the primary piece on the program, which is Maurice Ravel's Bolero, made famous by movie. Maybe people will recall Bo Derek in.
Of course.
And then, that's the first program of the season. The second program of the season is Americana, where we're featuring music by all American composers. That includes On the Town, Samuel Barber's Violin Concerto, which features our first violinist, Kathy Gardner, and we're doing Appalachian Spring by Aaron Copland.
And that's one that I really like. I don't know a lot of classical music, but I do, and I think everybody who thinks that they don't know classical music will recognize it right away.
Yeah, it's a really accessible program, and I really think that it has kind of the same charming air about the program that Paducah has.
That's, of course, thank you. So actually, every concert that you go to in the classical, even if you are just a beginner in appreciating the music, you're likely to find something that you recognize.
Absolutely. I think we're coming into a new era in symphonic programming where one of my goals is to make sure that people don't think that the symphony is purely for a particular level of class in our community. It is really music that we're bringing to the community for all levels of participation, from children to adults, from wealthy to people who maybe are a little bit less privileged. Really want to open the door to everybody to experience this music. It's really beautiful, and it really ties us together. Music has a way of moving us.
Yes, feel the movement.
Yeah.
The tickets are very reasonably priced, really from $20 on up. Mm-hmm. And I've read, and we'll get into a little bit more, but there are specials for students and to go through their schools, their teachers, or homeschooling groups to come to the symphony.
Sure. It's really one of the best things that we do for the community, and the city of Paducah has supported the program that we call Classical Music in the Schools, and we provide a free student ticket program through the music teachers and classroom teachers in the local area schools, so that children can come to the concerts for free.
And this is, did I read 6th through 12th grade?
I think it's all levels.
All levels, okay. But if you're at Murray State or SIU, you can still come at the student rate, which is even discounted more than the $20, so it's usually $15.
That's right, ma'am.
I can't beat that.
Yeah.
What a wonderful evening. And then the Christmas, of course, I love the Holiday Pops concert. I love the symphony chorus. And there's 2 different selections coming up in December.
That's right. It's a wonderful way to celebrate the holidays. I was talking to a board member today. He calls it the peppermint pops, which I thought was a great way to think about
Remember
it.
that one.
It's a great thing. We have 2 programs, 2 holiday pops programs. In the morning on December 8th, we're doing a children's Christmas featuring our children's chorus, and they are just absolutely adorable and very, very talented group of about 60 young children who sing, and we'll provide a story-based program for other children. And in the evening that night, it gets a little bit more family-oriented and an adult program with just a spectacular series of all kinds of choral music and Christmas pops.
Now, who is Abby Burke?
Abby Burke is a young lady from Nashville, Tennessee, who's going to be coming up here to sing and be our soloist for that performance. She has an amazing voice, very accessible, pretty sound to her voice, and she's going to really dazzle the audience that night. She's just a lovely person. I've spoken to her on the phone a few times, and I think that the audiences will really enjoy her performance.
Well, if this is somebody Michael Berkowitz says needs to be here and we need to hear, then I know that we'll enjoy it, because he has such a wonderful group of friends in the industry that he's brought to Paducah to perform with the Pops.
Yeah. Mike Berkowitz is our Pops conductor, and he has traveled the world. In fact, I think he's traveling right now with Liza Minnelli on tour, so we're hoping that we'll get a little in and bring Liza home here to Paducah, or something of that nature. He's really got a lot of connections in the music world.
You're teasing us.
I'm trying. We're trying to get you there. We can do things of that caliber. We just need people to come out and support us so that we can leverage those opportunities.
Well, I've been to the concerts, and there's room to grow. And as we all know, at the Carson Center, there are good seats on all levels, but you can always get a good seat at the symphony. Yeah. And I hope that we can invite the people watching to come and enjoy that. Well, but that's not the rest of it. We're kind of going in order here.
Sure.
In February, more Pops, and this one is going to be a really good one. The music of John Williams.
Yeah, this one I think is the program of all of the programs on the season that excites me the most, because there's got to be something on this program that will make your heart beat. The movie music of John Williams has been made famous through programs like E.T., the Raiders of the Lost Ark. We've got a wonderful series of things, Star Wars. We're going to be doing that, and we're hoping that we're going to have some film clips to show at the same time. So it makes in context, it makes the music all the more enjoyable.
I think it was last year we did the music of Henry Mancini. And it was, once again, a different generation of music, but you knew it all from, Pink Panther. You knew all of the music. And didn't Mr. Berkowitz, he was with Mancini?
Yes, Mike Berkowitz has performed with Henry Mancini. And this weekend we had another Mancini with the Ray Charles concert with the D. Daniels.
In the old D. Daniels concert, right? That's good. Well, and then we're right into the spring with another classical, The Planets. What in the world is that all about?
Yes, it's a little spacey for us, but we're going to explore our galaxy. Gustav Holst wrote a piece called The Planets, which pays tribute to each of the planets in our solar system through a descriptive programmatic work. So the planets seem to come to life, and there are visual elements involved in this concert as well. But it is all about the outer space and the galaxy in a classical setting. So you're going to find that parts of the tunes are going to be reminiscent of John Williams, kind of the Star Wars themes. It's going to be great. And we're also featuring on that concert our Youth Artist Competition winners. We partner with Murray State every year to produce a young artist competition of regional and national folks who come out who want to pursue a musical career or feel that they are talented enough to compete. We have a piano division and an other instrumental division, and we feature the winners of that competition on that particular concert.
And it's always fabulous.
Yeah, it's great.
And even though this is a regional competition, often people will compete into the competition from all over.
That's right.
The internet makes that so much easier.
Yeah, the program is really growing. We've had some wonderful players. In fact, one of the reasons I'm here is that I knew from grad school a young man who's now a professor of violin who won the very first Paducah Symphony Youth Artist Competition.
I hope he'll come back.
I hope so.
Well, there's a lot of exciting things ahead.
Yeah.
That's Good. Now the Planets is on March 1st, and these are evening concerts, 7:30. Gives you plenty of time. Come down, have dinner, walk over to the Carson Center,
That's right.
and enjoy a whole evening out,
Yeah.
date night.
I think it's a great date night. I think it's a great suggestion, Mary.
So then in April, gosh, Brahms 4, and once again you'll recognize some of these pieces.
Yes, we're doing Brahms Symphony No. 4. This is a really rich season finale we have planned, along with Haydn's Symphony Mass in Time of War. And I think that contextually it sets up a relevancy for our community. We'd all love for our soldiers to be back home, I think, and this is our salute to the times, but it also places classical music that was written hundreds of years ago in context for us, and that features our symphonic chorus.
I'm not familiar with the piece and the words to it, but I sure will be Googling, as we say, and
Sure.
finding out a little bit of the background on this, so it helps you to enjoy it more.
Absolutely. I absolutely would advise, do some research before you come to a concert if you're interested in doing that. You can come to a concert both prepared and unprepared. You're going to have a really enjoyable experience either way. I do too find that it's fun to kind of look up what I'm going to go see wherever I'm going, if it's an opera or a symphony, to find out a little bit more about the composers. The symphony does provide program notes in our concert program, so that if you haven't had a chance to, and you just want to sit back at the concert, read those at intermission or before the concert, we do provide some of that background for our patrons as well.
The Cliff Notes.
The Cliff Notes.
That's good.
That's right.
Now the symphony chorus is led by Brad Almquist.
Yes.
And he's also been around. Everybody's been around for quite a while now. That's and Brad is at Murray State, but he's traditionally worked with Paducah.
That's right. Dr. Almquist is the director of choral music at Murray State University, and he directs our symphonic chorus and our children's chorus. What an amazing gift that we have in him to lead our children and to conduct our chorus, fine-tune their talents. I saw them rehearsing for the first time earlier, and they're just bringing local community talent to the fore. We have some amazing talent kind of buried in our community, and this is a wonderful way to showcase that.
Oh, that's great. So that's the week before Quilt Show, so there's no excuse not to be there to see it. But there's a very special evening coming up in October, that even though it's not directly out of your office, but the symphony chorus is a part of it. No, the symphony orchestra is a part of it. Do you want to tell us about that special evening in October?
We are very privileged to have as the orchestra in residence at the Luther F. Carson Four River Center the privilege of playing with Amy Grant as her orchestra in October. We're delighted to have the opportunity to perform with such a named artist. She's just a wonderful lady to perform with. We've heard from other orchestras and happy that the Carson Center has invited us to be her backup orchestra, so to speak. But I think that you'll find that with us, the performance will be a delightful and warm family experience, and we hope everybody will join us for that evening.
Gosh. Well, let's kind of run through this again. Now, we've got the classical series. For the entire season, there are 4.
That's correct.
All right, and then for the pops, there are 3, and then there's the special events, the Amy Grant, the Child's Christmas, and the chorus next May, which we don't quite have those dates set on that, but that's always by the time May comes around, we'll be ready for that. Now, when you get tickets and you call your office at the corner of 21st and Broadway.
That's right.
You've seen it, and see if I can get the number, 444-0065.
You got it. That's great.
Can't believe I remembered that. So you can call there to get tickets of this. Now, you may say, I'm going to be out of town that day, and I want to get that ticket. You do have a Flex Pass.
We have a season subscription pass. We have a Flex Pass for individuals who travel a little bit more. And we also have single tickets so that you can purchase just when you're in town, or if you have guests in town, if you'd like to have other people sit with you, we can certainly accommodate additional guests. We also have gift cards. So if you're interested in thinking about this as a gift opportunity for those people, these days a lot of us have a lot of things that we don't necessarily need. So this is a wonderful way to share a gift with somebody and make them feel special on a particular occasion.
Or if you don't do a gift card, or if you do like my birthday club does, and you just make a contribution in someone's name, that's always welcome.
Yes, always welcome.
Well, I'm looking at the prices here, and like I said, I see student tickets $15, and then, gosh, they start at $20 and $24 each. The most expensive ticket would be $45. So
That's
really,
right.
there's a good good price range in there. There's no excuse not to enjoy this, especially when the students can get complimentary tickets.
That's right.
That's good. The schedule is looking so good, but there's more to symphony even than the classical series and the pop series and the special concerts. There are also community events. And I know during barbecue, everybody looks forward to what we always call the beer tent, even though there's not a tent. The beer tent, right
Sure.
down by the music. So I hope everybody has pleasant memories from that and from helping this symphony. But you have other activities as well.
That's right. This fall we'll be hosting a little black dress fall ball. It's hard to say.
Tongue twister, yes.
It certainly is. So ladies, if you haven't already gotten your little black dress, start shopping. We're very excited about that. That's the brainchild of Debbie Stone, our board member who serves us from CSI. She's got a great vision for making this an elegant dinner dance at the Paducah Country Club on November 10th. It's going to be a super evening starting at 6:30 with cocktails, and we're going to go for a high-class dinner.
Sit-down dinner, plated.
Sit-down plated dinner. And
Tablecloths, everything. It's all
tablecloths,
dress up. Tuxedos or just a dark suit?
I think that the gents can come something a little bit more comfortable. It is supposed to be really a fun time, and dancing warrants maybe a little bit a more casual dress for the guys, but we're going to be featuring the music of Todd Hill. So I don't know, we're going to have to take the bow ties off if they choose to wear the tuxedo. So
Now,
it'll be a
where
good
is
time.
Todd Hill from?
Todd Hill is a teacher at Murray State University. He runs the jazz program down there, but he has a big swing band, and they're going to be coming, a portion of his 16-piece big band are going to be coming to perform for us that night. We're going to do everything from swing to right yesterday, so it's good.
That sounds great. So do we have dance lessons between now and then?
Well, we can try. I'm sure we can find a place around.
I think we're going to need them.
Sure, I will make sure that Debbie Stone knows about that request. And
Well,
we'll set
she'll
something
be
up.
open to it. It's fun and gets people out there. Debbie's on top of it.
Absolutely.
Well, that's good. And then the father-daughter dance is always a pleasure. And I have such good memories myself from the very first year. And I took my father, who's now gone, and I just remember being one of the oldest fathers and daughters there. Since then, it has become more of a rite of passage type of a dance.
Sure.
But I really enjoyed taking my father, and it was great fun. So.
Well,
And what is the date of that?
That is February 23rd, I believe. And that, obviously it's a dinner dance with fathers and daughters, and we welcome everyone in the community to come to that.
No matter what age.
No matter what age.
Maybe your dad will come back.
I'm hoping that my dad will come from New Jersey. You know, he's a big barbecue fan, so I'll entice him with some barbecue and he'll go out dancing with me.
Oh, he's easy. He's easy. So this is, once again, encourage all ages, even though we tend to be getting a lot of the graduating seniors. And although there were little tiny girls that danced in their father's arms, it was very sweet.
It's precious. Although this is my very first father-daughter dance here with the symphony, the pictures I've seen have just been absolutely adorable, like you said.
I think it's been about 10 years now that it's been going on. I would say this might be 10 years. Now, is this a committee that puts this together?
Yes, we have a special events committee that operates in even smaller divisions for each of our special events. And that special events committee this year is led by Crystal Sanders of James Sanders Nursery.
Oh, she's fun.
Yeah, she's a doll, and she's going to make a lot of things very fun this year.
The father-daughter dinner, as well as the little black dress fall ball, I'm sure will be very elegant. I remember the invitations to the father-daughter dance. They were so unique and beautiful. Keeper invitations to put in your scrapbook.
Sure.
And I'm sure that both of these will be that way again.
Yeah, both of these are just very memorable occasions. We're trying to make the events special in a setting that just creates memories for people. We're not just about the symphonic music, but about creating memories. That's what music is all about, and that's what these events are.
That's great. Anything that brings people together with music and food, how can you go wrong? How can you go wrong? Do you know who will be playing at the father-daughter dance?
The plans haven't been set yet for that, so we'll keep you posted, though.
We'll see how Todd Hill does. I'm sure he'll be good. So, symphony, I was trying to think how long it's been going on, and I believe it was in the 70s.
Yes, this year is our 29th anniversary, so we're gearing up for our big 30 bash next season. The symphony was started in 1979.
1979 with just a group of people who had a vision and wanting Paducah to have a symphony, I'm sure.
That's right.
It's as we've worked with people who are moving here, who are retiring here, artists who are relocating here, I've been surprised at the communities that do not have a symphony orchestra, who don't have the arts like we do here in Paducah. The things that we take for granted in our community are, I don't know, they're sort of, it shocks me until I get away from here. And you see what the quality of life that we do have. And the Paducah Symphony is very much a part of that quality.
For sure. Mary, that's one of the reasons I moved here as something of an amateur artist myself. You know, I love music and I play a little bit of flute on the side. But as an arts manager, I was just so impressed coming in and being recruited to come to Paducah at the level of arts participation that already exists here, and that there were so many opportunities that the community supports for creating and making art, whether that be dance, music, or the fine arts. It's a really wonderful thing that this community has set up with the Lowertown Arts District, with the Symphony for now almost 30 years, the brand new Carson Center, which is to die for. It is absolutely gorgeous to perform in, both from the musician's perspective and the audience perspective, just to be there and hear the sounds in that space. It really is a community that embraces the arts, and the Symphony is happy to be the rhythm in Art, Rhythm, and Rivers.
Yes, we are as well. And it almost even goes farther than that. The culinary arts can go to another town, and they don't have as many homegrown restaurants as we do here. With the chefs, the people who are on site here, it's not a chain. There's nothing microwave. Not that I don't just crave some of the food from the chain mall stores at the mall, but our restaurants downtown are unlike any others in the country, and that there are so many of them. And I hope that we'll see more partnerships happening between the arts, the performing arts, and our restaurants. We need to do that, and that we're seeing that now with more restaurants being open on Sunday for when there's Sunday afternoon performances, if it be at the Market House Theater or at the Carson Center. So we're growing and changing, aren't we?
Yes.
And I'm glad you're here to be a part of it.
I am also. It's a wonderful community to be part of, and to be able to work with collaborators like you, Mary, and there's some wonderful top-notch people in the community who are doing or have a mission or passion for other things where we come together and collaborate. That's one of the most exciting parts of the work that we do here. We've partnered in the past few months with the Hotel Metropolitan, which is a unique institution in Paducah, and restoring that building, the Symphony. We'd like to embrace the mission of that organization and feature the artists who have stayed in Paducah. I mean, we've had Ray Charles and B.B. King and Billie Holiday come on the soulful pop side of things, come right through Paducah.
All the way down to Ike and Tina Turner.
Yes, yeah,
surprising.
Exactly.
Yes, they did. They stayed at the part of the Chitlin Circuit. That's a great history, and I think that we can all grow together with the Hotel Metropolitan and the music, and bring in the people from all different parts of our community to be a part of this, of the Paducah Symphony Orchestra. Now, once again, if you want tickets, to call your office, 270-444-0065. Now, what about your website? paducahsymphony.org. Now, I know that anybody watching this already has bookmarked paducah.travel. So in case that you didn't catch that, you can always go to paducah.travel and just scroll on down and be directed directly to your website. Yeah. Stop by the office if you want to meet Darlene. She'd love to shake your hand. She's wanting to meet everybody here in town. You don't have to come all the way downtown. She's just at 21st and Broadway.
That's right. Our big
Midtown.
Right, Midtown.
Midtown.
Right by Western Baptist Hospital.
Yes. When you smell barbecue, you're close to the Symphony, and that would be Dale Perry in the backyard, right?
That's right.
Who's turned out to be a very good neighbor and helping as a fundraiser and to be a part of the Paducah Symphony Orchestra.
Yes.
Where do you see us going? You see these partnerships with the other arts organizations, the historical attractions, working with the other performing arts, I'm sure.
Absolutely. The Symphony is kind of stepping into a new era. We've had, long-term partnerships with our artists, our creative team of Jordan Tang and Mike Berkowitz and Brad Almquist, and our board of directors is kind of a forward-thinking board, and we are now taking a new strategy on what we're going to be doing for the community in the future. We are the community symphony, and so the question on the table is, what can we do for you? So if you have an idea, your patrons have an idea, if our audience has an idea of how the symphony can be a better community partner, that's what we want to do. We want to be a good community partner in collaborations, in helping other causes. We are a nonprofit organization, and the way that we raise funds for music education in our programs is through benefit dollars and corporate sponsorships and ticket sales. But we also want to share the high-profile quality music to leverage building this community as an economic force, as a tourism force, as an education force, and of course the symphony is always fun too, so it's a great way to do that.
Well, tell me about your board. We've talked about them. If you have ideas, Tom Miller is the chair.
Tom Miller is our board president, and one of the main reasons I'm here. We've struck up a wonderful friendship. He is a great visionary, very eloquent, one of the very first members of the symphony also, hadn't known fact, and he is leading the symphony, opening the door for non-traditional conversations among the board members about how we might approach the future.
All right, so if you have anything on your mind, like I said, stop by, give Darlene or Tom a call, or Juliet, she's the president-elect.
That's right.
And she'll be there for the 30th anniversary.
That's right.
I'm sure we'll see many good activities, maybe even Liza Minnelli.
Well, we'll
think we can do that?
We'll try.
Are you working on it? Okay, put you on the spot right there.
That's all right.
All right, well, thank you for being with us, sharing yourself and the plans for the Paducah Symphony Orchestra for the coming year. I hope that you'll get out, make lots of friends, and next year when we talk about the 30th anniversary, you'll have some wonderful performances all lined up.
Sure will. Promise it.
Thanks for being here.
Thank
We'll
you.
see you at the Paducah Symphony Orchestra concerts at the Carson Center. I'll be looking for you. Thanks for joining us.